Welcome everybody, welcome back. Today we're changing the scenery a little bit. I brought you outside to my backyard. I hope this video you guys can hear it and it works. Let me know if you like this setup. But today we're gonna do a quick how-to video, and this one is on how to refresh a razor using a Jnat, a Japanese natural stone. I'm gonna make several using different methods, but this is one of my favorite ways to refresh a razor, and it's using a Japanese natural. So what do we need? We need a Japanese natural stone, preferably a finisher. I use a DMT 325. You can use Nagura stones. I suggest Tenju, Mejiro, and then if you want Koma or a Tomo Nagura. So I have Nagura stones, but I rather, for some reason, this is my preference, I like to use a DMT diamond plate. So that's what we're gonna be using for this sample, and I'm gonna show you this little stone that we're gonna be using. Hopefully it comes out good on the footage because I cannot see the camera. So this old stone, it's not sealed or anything, nothing fancy. It's nice and thick, about 1 inch thick. It's going on my Etsy here soon, so I guess it was a good opportunity to show you the stone and do some honing while I'm doing it. So this is a fairly hard stone, and that's what you want. You want a nice stone. If you already know that the stone that you have provides a good edge, then you're set, you're good. That's what you need. So DMT 325, we're gonna raise some slurry. We're gonna raise some slurry. Put some water in there. So very important, guys. We're doing refresh when we know that the razor is good to go. But it started tugging a little bit. So it doesn't need to go back to zero. It doesn't need to go back to bevel set. Some of us do it sometimes just for fun because we like honing so much. But you don't have to, right? Another thing is, know what that stone, what that razor was finished on. And what I mean by that is not on, finish on, I'm sorry, but if the razor had tape or not. That's gonna depend on what are you gonna do. So in this case, we're gonna be using a very hard stone, and we are just gonna hone like we normally would. We're just gonna be honing like we normally would. Now, what I'm gonna about to do is I'm gonna do some circles. Nothing fancy, no harder pressure. Ooh, and the sun here is crazy. This is Texas, 100 degrees out. My car said 106 when I went to the post office this morning. I'm gonna do some half strokes. And this is a very fast stone, and the heat is drying my water really quick. Probably was not a good idea to do it in the sun. So why do you need to know if it had tape? So if it had tape and you want to go without tape, I recommend you go to like a 4K and then do like 20 passes, and you should be resetting that bevel, no problems. And then that's it, and then you go with your finisher. I'm gonna do a synthetic way of doing this. Using synthetic stones, but my favorite way is using a natural stones. So let's put some more water there. Let's rinse this off. So what are we doing now is we're diluting that slurry. We're diluting that slurry to just water, and this is going to depend according to what stone you have. Some stones you might not want to go with just water because it might be too harsh of a shave, too sharp for some people. So you can finish just with slurry. And this is for you to determine according to your stone. Is it a little bit of slurry, murky water, nice heavy slurry, however your stone, depending on how hard it is. This one is a very hard stone, but I like a very nice sharp edge, so we're gonna go just straight water. So this is what we're gonna do. We're undercutting greatly. It's looking really nice. I'm gonna clean this razor entirely, dry it off. This is the worst rag for this. And then we're gonna clean this stone really nicely. No slurry on it. I'm gonna use my shirt to dry my hands and to dry my razor. So I don't believe in editing. Too lazy. Hope everybody's doing well. Now we're gonna be doing some stropping. You can strop on a regular strop. You don't have to use your hand. Don't feel like you have to do this. This is just the way I strop when I'm honing, and sometimes when I'm shaving. Oh, if you're interested, this one is a 472 Henkel's Inox. They're very nice. They have this pattern on the top. Very nice razors. This one was just tugging a little bit. So now this is going to give me an awesome edge. Awesome edge. All right, let's put some water, and now we're gonna be doing some very light passes on it. Just with water. Nice and short. And we're looking for that stickiness. You heard probably a bunch of us talk about how it gets sticky. Why am I doing very short strokes? And I'm going to explain this. This is my theory, but I'm going to explain this nonetheless because I know somebody's going to ask. So, give me just 1 second. You're feeling. All right. So why the short strokes to finish a razor? So when you're honing and your blade is coming one way, what you're doing is you're creating this burr on the other side. If you sharpen knives, kitchen knives, or seen somebody sharpen kitchen knives before, they go for a long time in one side until the burr forms in the other side, and then they kill that burr by going in the opposite direction, right? So in straight razor honing, we go on both sides. We're controlling that burr from forming. Every time we go on one side, we go in the other direction. So when you're finishing, that edge is very, especially on this type of razor, is very fragile. You don't want to be pushing that burr a long ways and then trying to bring it the other way. This has worked for me, and this is how I see it. That this tiny strokes at the end will make sure that that burr doesn't create too much one way or the other. Now you're gonna clean that once you strop very good, but it just makes a cleaner edge, and it prevents possible some dents or microchipping. So there you guys have it. That is my how to refresh a razor on a Jnat. You slur her up and dilute onto water. If you have a very hard stone, possibly this one, you could just finish in slurry, and that right there will keep your razor just nicely for you for a long time. Once it starts tugging again, depending on how coarse your beer is, then you refresh again. That way you keep the honing wear to a minimum, and you know, you enjoy your razor looking nice, and that's how you do it, guys. There's many other ways that you can refresh a razor, to include paste, to include using synthetic stones, and we're going to be talking about those in the next chapter of how to refresh your straight razor. Thank you for sticking by. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out my Etsy store. This stone is going to my Etsy store. It's a very nice hard stone. I hope it finds a good home. Thank you for watching, guys.